Hi, welcome back folks to the channel. JD here again with another quick car finance related discussion stroke tutorial for you. What I thought I'd do today is just compare two ways of financing the same vehicle, both looking at PCP, both looking at the same term, both looking at the same mileage, but one looking at dealer provided finance and one looking at third party provided finance. Okay, so what I've done here is I've dug out my quote. Now, I didn't finance the car this way, but just for this example, back in February when I was looking at buying my Porsche Macan or Macan or whatever, however which way you want to pronounce it, I got a quote from Porsche of Reading, who were brilliant to deal with, I have to say. And the quote they provided me, look, was, now the important bit here, look, I asked for a 48-month quote. They've quoted it on 49 months. So just remember to watch out for that, because that will become apparent when I show you the other quote based on the same terms, or kind of the same assumed terms that I'd asked for. Okay, so as you can see, the purchase price of the car was $36,900, and I asked for a quote based on a deposit of 5,000 miles a year, leaving $31,900 to finance, and I'm hoping you can see all of this. I can't scroll down for some reason. Let me just do this. There we go. Great. Okay, so as you can see, the balance was £39,070. Sorry, there was £7,172.15 in charges, which left a balance to pay off, including all charges, assuming you were going to run it over the complete 4-year period, of £39,072.15, and that also assumes that you're going to pay off the final payment at the end. Had a final value of $27,375. Now you'll see there's a great difference here on this specific car between the dealer provided finance and the third party finance quote in terms of the guaranteed future value. So what is quite attractive on the Macan is that they do have a very strong residual. So if you are thinking of running the car for the full term, PCP is actually a really good thing to do with a car that's got such a strong residual, because you can see here, look, the cash price at the time, now this was going back to February this year, February 2020, but prices haven't really changed a huge amount on the Macan, certainly when I've been looking. You can see here, look, over 4 years, they are guaranteeing the end value to be $20,733. So they are saying what? It's only going to fall, what, about 16 grand or so over 4 years. So it's only $4,000 a year. So it's got a really strong residual, and with £5,000 in, look, from Porsche themselves, they were quoting $382.05 a month, and that was based on 8,000 miles a year. Okay, and an APR of 6.8, so pretty good on a used car. But what I thought I would do is just compare that with a quote from, in this case, Magnitude Finance. Again, no affiliation with any of these companies, but I do know that Magnitude offers some really good services, so it's always worth checking out other finance houses, you know, in addition to the quote you obtain from the dealer. So the only problem is, the caveat I must say here is that I've obviously put this price in today based in August 2020 on the same kind of vehicle, but they haven't actually, oh no, they have actually asked for the registration, so they do know how old the car is, so it might not be a complete eggs for eggs, apples for apples comparison, because obviously this quote was from 6 months ago and this quote is from now, but it's just interesting to see how they compare. So if we look here, look, I put exactly the same price in, 36,990, deposit of £5,000, 48 months. And if you look on here, if we look at their PCP, or they are quoting balanced payment, which is essentially balloon HP, so balloon payment at the end, but the balloon is not guaranteed. So we'll just look at the PCP option, and they are quoting 6.9 APR, so very, very comparable. 6.9 with Magnitude, 6.8 with Porsche. But just look first and foremost at two things: the monthly payment, $382.05 with Porsche, $489.86 with Magnitude. So where has that come from? And this kind of goes back to the way that you can effectively almost manipulate your monthly figure on a PCP, even if the interest rate's the same, even if the deposit's the same, even if the mileage terms are the same, because look what's changed. The final value on the magnitude quote is much, much more conservative, and they are saying 15, I hope you can see this, but it says 15,389.68 versus 20,733.75. So you are effectively paying much less capital down, which means your monthly payment is much lower, in this case over £100 a month cheaper. But on the flip side of that, look at how much interest we are paying. Because if you remember, when we've talked about this many times before, the balloon payment, the final value at the end of a PCP, regardless of whether you settle it or not, you are always paying interest on that amount of money. So therefore, look, because the final value on the Porsche quote is getting on for more than £5,000 more, effectively you are paying interest on £5,000 more money, because that balloon payment is constant at the end. So with the magnitude quote, you're paying more capital down, which means your capital is dropping by more each month, which means you're paying less interest. And if you look at the total charges on the magnitude quote, look, even though it's the same purchase price, same deposit, almost the same interest rate, we're paying 6,424 in charges, and with Porsche we're paying 7,172. So the monthly payment is £100 less, but the interest is more, and that's because we are paying less capital down. So the interesting thing here is if we nip over to the spreadsheet and just put both of these quotes in, as usual, do email me here if you'd like a copy of the spreadsheet. We're currently on version 5.1. Quick plug there. But if we go and put these two amounts in, look. So the first one here, look, I've put in Porsche's quote. So again, I hope you can see this on the screen. 36,900, deposit of £5,000, guaranteed future value of 27,333.75. On the spreadsheet, it's coming out at 382.16. I've lowered the APR slightly just to get the figures pretty close, but 382.16. Porsche themselves are quoting 382.05. And if we whack the other magnitude quote into the spreadsheet, again 489.98 with 6.9, and they're quoting 489.86, so pretty close. But look what happens. Let's say, okay, we want to get out of this car in 2 years' time. So if we look at the amortization table, because the final value is so much lower on the magnitude quote, so much more conservative if you like, you're obviously going to be building in more equity. So yes, you are paying £100 a month more or so. But if we look at this rough settlement figure at, say, month 24, so if we look here, look, month 24, give or take a few hundred quid, about 24,265. Okay. If we look at the Porsche quote after 2 years, 26,907. So 26,907, 24,265. So about £2,500. So it's really interesting, isn't it? Because it's kind of horses for courses. You've paid £100 a month less, but over the 2 years, the settlement figure is about £2,500 less to settle, which means you're getting more capital built in, you're getting more equity built in. So, but I just wanted to highlight the fact that even though the interest rate's exactly the same on both of these quotes, even though the purchase price is the same, even though the deposit is the same, even though the mileage is the same, the monthly payment is drastically different. And that's essentially down to the fact, so I'm just trying to bring up the, where's that gone? There we go. That is just down to the fact that the guaranteed future value is so much lower. Personally, I think it's quite a good thing. Because yes, you're paying more per month, but as you can see, you are building more equity in. Now that's not an issue if you were going to run this car for 4 years. If I knew I was definitely going to run this car for 4 years and then potentially give it back at the end, even though I've paid £100 a month, sorry, even though I've paid what, £500 or £600 more in charges, I have paid about £100 a month less to get there. So we've paid effectively £4,800 less in monthly payments, but we've built far less equity into the car. But that's not a problem with PCP, because you're effectively going to give it back, or at least part exchange it at the end. If, however, I was thinking, you know what, I might want the luxury of getting out of this in a year or 2 years' time, maybe it's worth financing it down the magnitude route in this case, because we are building far more equity in. So I suppose the lesson to learn from this is, again, never really give the dealer your monthly budget, because as you can see, you can greatly affect what that monthly payment is simply by manipulating the balloon payment at the other end. So higher monthly payment, you're building more equity in, and you're paying slightly less charges over the 4 years because that guaranteed future value is less at the other end, versus a much cheaper monthly payment, but effectively you're paying more charges. But are the charges more? I'm trying to explain this. Is the difference in charges more than the difference in the monthly payment? Well, no, not if you run it for full term. You run it for full term, it's cost you, let's just have a look how much it will have cost us. So with the Porsche, so ignoring the deposit because it's exactly the same, with the Porsche finance we paid 382.05 times 48 monthly payments with Porsche, so that you've paid 18,338 in payments. And with the magnitude, 489.86 times 47, because this is 47 equal payments, month 48 being the balloon, that's coming out at 23,023. So we paid about £5,000 more to get there, but the balloon at the other end is about £5,000 less. So it really is broad as it's long. If you're only interested in a lower monthly payment and you're definitely going to want to run that full term, then the cheaper option is obviously to go with Porsche in this case, because the final value is so much higher. You're paying slightly more interest, but your monthly payment is still less. With the private magnitude example, you're paying less charges overall, but a higher monthly payment, but you are building in more equity. So let's say at the end, if we both ran them for 4 years, we're going to have to find 20,700 to get out of the Porsche example. But we're only going to have to find 15,300 to get out of the magnitude example. So that's about £5,400 difference. And it's cost us 23,023. 23,023. It's cost us about £4,500 more to get there. So actually, you probably, if you're running it for, I don't know, it's really difficult, isn't it? I've kind of contradicted myself now. If you were going to run them for full term, it still might be cheaper to go with the private, because yes, it's cost you probably 4,800 more to get there in monthly payments, but there is 5,400 odd in more equity. So it's difficult, isn't it? Cash flow wise, definitely go this route, but maybe potentially having a bit more equity at the other end, maybe go this route. Interesting, food for thought. Let me know your thoughts. A few people have asked me about third-party finance companies, so I thought I would just cover one. As I said, no affiliation with any of them. There are many out there. Confused.com, I saw today, are doing, you can log in for your house insurance and car insurance, all that. They will provide you with a PCP quote as well, and they'll deal with the dealer direct. So maybe that's some other way of financing a car that you might like to consider. I hope that was interesting. I shall see you very soon. Do continue to comment and subscribe. Take care.